What's up? It's your boy JP Digital. We got the craziest updates on the Chicken P story. Man, the details behind the Chicken P story has been getting messier and messier, and it's all tied behind one female in Cleveland. All right, Chicken P is one of the biggest artists to come out of Milwaukee. He came from like the city that didn't receive like the national attention as some of the other artists in different areas. His career became so big to the point it eventually led to a deal with 10K Projects, the same label connected to Ice Spice, Trippy Red, YBT Fat. His hit record, Benson, helped elevate his career, earning him over 12 million views, and it built him a loyal fan base. But despite the success of Chicken P, he also dealt with a series of legal problems that was repeatedly interrupting his career. Just when his career started to reach new heights, he got a case in Ohio tied to a female. In March 2025, Chicken P, whose real name is Rakeeb Smith, pleaded guilty in Wisconsin to possession with intent to distribute. In June 2025, while awaiting sentencing, Smith allegedly violated the conditions of his bail after failing a required drug test. His attorney requested that the sentence be postponed, and the judge granted the motion while ordering him to remain in custody. His scheduled Summerfest 2025 performance was later canceled, with festival officials citing unforeseen circumstances. During the same period, Smith also had a separate felony recklessly endangering safety charge dismissed after prosecutors' essential witness failed to appear. Now, Smith was later sentenced to 4 years in prison, followed by 3 years of extended supervision, receiving 321 days of credit for the time already served. While serving time in Wisconsin, Smith was later extradited on October 28, 2025 to Cleveland, Ohio, where he would face a separate criminal case in Cuyahoga County. According to court records, the alleged incident that led to this situation happened on or about March 11, 2024, at a residence in Cleveland, Ohio. Public court documents identify one of the alleged victims as only as Jane Doe. At that point, no charges had been filed publicly, and the investigation had not been known to the public. Now, on April 8th, 2025, more than a year after the alleged offense date, a Cuyahoga County grand jury returned a secret indictment in the case. Because the indictment was sealed, the charges was not immediately available to the public. During this period, the court created administrative entries and related filing while the case remained out of the public view. In June 26, 2025, the criminal case officially moved into the court system. Court records show that motions were filed to unseal that indictment. All right, now October 30th, 2025, at arraignment, Smith appeared before Judge John P. Donnell in Cuyahoga Court of Common Pleas on an indictment charging him with 4 counts of one count of abduction and 1 count of public indecency. The prosecution team listed on the docket include Margaret Graham, Samantha Sow. Smith appeared with retained counsel from Cleveland criminal defense firm Friedman, Nemick, Long and Grant LLC, including attorneys Ian Friedman and Madeline Grant. The firm is also known for handling high profile cases, serious felony charges, sexual offenses, allegations, federal crimes. During the hearing, the reading of the indictment was waived. A plea of not guilty was entered. Bond was denied, and a no contact order involved the alleged victim was imposed. They also required Chicken P to take a HIV test. On January 5th, 2026, the prosecution requested a continuance, and the defense agreed. Speedy trial time was waived and the trial date was moved from January 12th, 2026 to May 18th, 2026. Now, on January 29th, 2026, according to the court docket, the docket successfully requested permission to inspect the premises located at 1971 East 84th Street in Cleveland, Ohio, the location connected to the alleged case. Now, this is where it started to get a little bit crazy. In April 2026, retained attorney Ian Friedman filed a motion to withdraw from the case because Chicken the P allegedly couldn't afford to pay the lawyer no more. Now, on May 12th, at the hearing in court, the judge granted Ian Friedman the request to withdraw. The court also determined that the defendant was indigent and a public defender was appointed named Timothy Shakarski. As of today, the court date for the trial is set to be on August 31st, 2026. Now, this is where the story get messy. While the legal case was already going on and everything, people were already focused on the rumors, relationships, social media reactions, and all the different versions of allegedly what happened. Once Chicken P name hit the blogs, the situation got bigger than just a legal case, and it turned into full social media chaos and a whole social media discussion. Now, Chicken P made the following Instagram statement and said, he is currently incarcerated because of what he calls false allegations. He said he maintains his innocence and is committed to clearing up his name and stating that he is staying strong, keeping the faith, and looking forward to proving his innocence so that he could return back to music and the community. One of his friends went on a podcast to clear the air about the situation also. After the case hit the internet, the Chicken P story started trending on like TikTok, Instagram, and it also trended on Twitter. And they stated it was a Cleveland 304 that filed the charges against Chicken P. It was later revealed that the Cleveland girl involved in the case with Chicken P was Aaliyah Phillips, a well known dancer in Cleveland, Ohio. While the internet was trying to play detective and figure out her identity, it was later revealed by another Cleveland dancer named Drea. Drea is considered by many as the baddest, the hottest dancer in Cleveland, Ohio. And she exposed Aaliyah after the two went back and forth on social media after two allegedly fell out. Now, per the sources, the two were once friends, but their strong personalities reportedly clashed and their relationship fell apart. Although the original post gained a little attention, the story didn't fully blow up until nearly a year later when it was shared on Smacked Ohio / JP Digital TV. Once it was posted, the internet went crazy and the story went viral in less than an hour. Aaliyah responded by saying, "I'm suing you." Instagram immediately went crazy with many people flooding the comments and claiming she was lying. Some users joked that she and Chicken P looked alike. They look like twins, and other people compared her to looking like Julio wearing a wig. They said she did not look like that in person and that she only looked like that on social media. When I tell you Cleveland specifically was ready to go off on this girl, you could tell that she had some type of hate. She done did a couple stuff to people because the way they was tearing her up in the comments, they was speaking like they knew her from experience. And a lot of the people in the comments have interacted with her and had bad interactions. Now, the situation escalated even more when Chicken P's brother commented on the post. The backlash became so intense that people began commenting on her pictures, negative comments, and it got so bad to the point where she had to put her Instagram on private. She later made her account public again, but eventually disabled the comments. Afterwards, Aaliyah posted multiple Instagram stories and went live to defend herself and clear her name. During the live stream, she named Drea as the one that was sending information to the blogs. But in all actuality, it was all of Aaliyah's former dancer friends and females that she fell out with. During the live, she also flexed money and claimed she wasn't lying about the Chicken P situation and took shots at the rapper's income.
In her talking, somebody needed $300 or $3,000. $300 from no baby. Fuck is you talking about? Bitch, I don't gotta lie to none of y'all. Who am I lying to y'all for? What am I getting from y'all? What am I getting from y'all to lie? On some corny ass. Be for real. It's like, bitch, I don't gotta lie on your corny, ugly ass. Bitch, you still an upcoming rapper. You still trying to make it. Lie on no ass like that, bitch. He don't even got enough money to lie on no bitch like that, first of all. Talking about. And you keep talking about stop capping, baby. Evidence don't lie. It was cameras there.
She went on in Instagram Live, and the people was eating her up in the comments, trolling her, saying that she was a liar.
Fuck, y'all is too pressed. Like, y'all is really on my this shit. Like, it don't make no sense. Y'all, I've been clouded the fuck up. Like, been clouded before this shit.
Now, let's get to the actual case of what allegedly happened at the Airbnb. Aaliyah was friends with a female named Nye the God, who is also a dancer in Cleveland, and many describe her as like a groupie. She also had a sexual relationship with Chicken P. Now, Nye was invited by Chicken P to the Airbnb because allegedly he wanted her to chill and he wanted her to like dance for him. So Nah asked if she could invite 3 of her other dancer friends to come, and Chicken P agreed. So somewhere down the line, Nah claimed that she was drunk and she was asleep. She woke up to Chicken P and Aaliyah arguing because he owed her $3K for an unknown service. But he only ended up giving her $300. So Aaliyah and Chicken P kept arguing, and he eventually kicked Aaliyah out the Airbnb. Now, according to the friends, Aaliyah went to the hospital and had a kit done, filed a police report, and also pursued charges. Now, the females that was there at the Airbnb, all of them claimed they didn't file statements or they didn't tell the police anything. But people like, how did he get the public indecency charge if y'all didn't say nothing? Eventually, down the line, all the girls fell out with Aaliyah. Now, after everything, the girls act like they don't even want to talk about the situation or even be involved. But this is the thing, in Cleveland with all the dancers, it is a war going on in Cleveland with all the dancers. They beef is deeper than rap beef. Like with the Cleveland dancers, it is insane with the drama. Now, a lot of the drama with the dancers is revolved around Aaliyah because she is beefing with so many different dancers, including Drea, and the girls that was involved in the Chicken P situation that night. And she is also beefing with one of her former friends named Mercedes, who is also a dancer. Y'all remember her when they was going back and forth on social media and exchanging blows. This is the same Mercedes that went viral for getting into an altercation with Lovely Jones.
Look at this. That's the one you told you last night, ain't it? Yep. You told her last Look night. At this bum ass. Ain't even got a way home. That's the one you said you weird. You ain't got a way home, but you make money. I'm standing here with my people, chopping it up. Bitch, that's on my in the car, bro. Bro, I'm about to beat. Man, like we might as well beat her up. That shit on my back. We might as well beat this.
Now, this is where it gets even messier. It was later revealed that Aaliyah is currently a cast member on a show called Forever Girls on the T Factory TV. which also has girls from like Now That's TV. And the show that Aaliyah is on is hosted by Now That's TV's Ferrari. Aaliyah also has ties with some of the stars of the Zeus network, such as Sapphire, and she's real close friends with Big Lex from Baddies. She also allegedly had a relationship with Tay B, who is a major artist, and he has songs with Lil Baby, Babyface E, Sada Baby, YSL Woody, and Cash Doll. Now, Aaliyah is currently on the show Forever Girls and is currently beefing with a cast member named Hood Brat. And recently, the two got into a fight on the show. Hood Brat, if y'all don't know who she is, she's from an up and coming reality TV network called Unexpected TV. And Hood Brat and Aaliyah was going back and forth on the internet, and Hood Brat was making fun of the Chicken P situation, and she made multiple story posts taking shots at Aaliyah, and she also claimed that Chicken P was innocent and that Aaliyah was lying. Now, with Cleveland being so small and Cleveland gossip between the dancers and just in general, it was now later revealed that one of the dancers that was there at the Airbnb the night that the Chicken P situation came about is currently on a show called Strip Her Society, which is currently on Tubi right now to stream, and it is co-hosted by Mina Maria, who is also a very popular dancer from Cleveland. She was featured on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta with Stevie J, because at the time he was managing her. She was in the scene with Stevie J and his daughter arguing with Erica Mena. The girl Maria also has major beef with Stevie J's baby mama, Jocelyn Hernandez. Many call Maria's show Strip Her Society a Timu version of Jocelyn's Cabaret and claim that she was biting off Jocelyn. When the show was airing on Tubi, Cleveland is so messy to the point where they identified the girl that was on the show and informed Storm, hey, this is a girl tied to the Chicken P case. And that was a part of his demise. Storm never spoke about the situation publicly or talked about it like anything on social media about the case. Now it's time to rewind a little bit back to the Drea and Aaliyah situation, because once upon a time they was once friends before, but they fell out and had a physical altercation before. Now back to their friendship. They are both cool with a rich man named Tom. Tom is a millionaire who owns a pizza restaurant in Cleveland. He is a regular in multiple clubs in Cleveland, Ohio, and he is a well-known man amongst the dancers in Cleveland, Ohio. Some call him the godfather of the dancers, while some call him a cash cow who look out for all the dancers, who throw money on them on a regular, and also like help maintain a lot of their lifestyles. Tom is also one of the people that created the beef between Drea and Aaliyah. Aaliyah was once friends with a girl named Juju, who was once her best friend, even though Aaliyah claims she wasn't ever best friends with Juju. They eventually fell out over Tom also. And once upon a time in Cleveland, Juju was injured and her foot was messed up, and Aaliyah wanted to fight Juju, but her foot was messed up. So her friends ended up taking the fade for Juju. They jumped Aaliyah, and while they was jumping Aaliyah, Drea jumped in to help her. This was way before Drea and Aaliyah fell out.
Come on, No.
The next day, Aaliyah seen one of the girls in the hair store and confronted her, and she posted on social media like, "Yeah, I caught her lacking. She wasn't on no type of smoke. She ain't on no type of problems."
This got built to ass, y'all. We both about to get our hair redid. We both got about to get our hair redid. Girl, shut up. You already got beat up. Before I still on you. You did. That's why you walking off. Yeah, look at this. You're getting that meat car. Look at this raggedy car she getting, y'all. Let me record. I embarrass you every day. Every day. These girls jumped me last night. Look at this girl getting this meat. Broke ass girl. Broke. I'll show you the video right now, man.
Aaliyah did get jumped by Juju and her friends, even though Drea did help her. But she would later get her leg back in her revenge because Juju was at Tom's house and Aaliyah and two other girls pulled up and they ended up jumping Juju. Aaliyah brought the hood to Westlake, Ohio to Tom's mansion. And if any of y'all who don't know Westlake, Westlake does not deal with this type of shenanigans. They don't play that. And so when they get a phone call about this type of behavior, they immediately jump into it. And the neighbors apparently was traumatized because they don't deal with this type of nonsense on a daily basis. In the surface video, we see Juju getting jumped by Aaliyah and her friends.
In the video, you can see one woman getting beaten up by multiple other and Wesley.
She later ran in the bathroom, left her phone, and while in the bathroom, she locked the door. She threw a candle at the window and broke the glass and jumped out of the window. While she was doing that, she ended up cutting her foot and she ran to the neighbor's house and had the neighbors call the police.
Yes. Yes, can I get a police? What city are you in? Hello?
Bleeding woman running toward his door is what he saw next.
She's yelling, please call the police, call police, they're trying to kill me.
Police say 3 women were arrested and charged.
Aaliyah was released from jail, but she got her door kicked down days later because Juju stated that Aaliyah had her phone and the phone was pinging at Aaliyah's address. So the police kicked down the door and Aaliyah was arrested. And because of that, she was later on evicted out of her apartment due to the police presence. Now, all of this beef revolves around Tom. Tom flip-flops a lot, allegedly, between all the different dancers and play the middleman and take shots at one of the girls and praise one, tear one down. But apparently, Tom's favorite is Aaliyah because if you look at her Instagram story, if you look at her lavish lifestyle, jewelry, clothes, anything she wants, he provides. So when you look in all the pictures at restaurants, hotels, and when she's traveling, it is all sponsored by Tom. He also bought her a car, and once upon a time, he proposed to her with the $20,000 ring, but he eventually didn't go through with it. Via the cast members on the Tea Factory, she claimed that on the show she was on, she was married, but Tom never actually went through with the proposal. Now, this relationship is described as bipolar and messy. She allegedly stole Tom's Rolex before, which I got the text messages of him talking about it. She also allegedly stole his checkbook to pay her rent, but the check bounced and she got kicked out of her apartment because she couldn't apparently pay the rent. The relationship is so bipolar to the point where I'll take audio of what he had to say about Aaliyah. Now, I also got audio of Tom talking about Aaliyah to other dancers in Cleveland. Ultimately, in one of the audios, he claimed Aaliyah is the one he loved and he dissed all the other dancers. And he practically said that Aaliyah was the one that he messes with the most and practically that's his queen. At the end of the day, you have one of Milwaukee's biggest rappers sitting behind bars, a criminal case that crossed state lines, a group of Cleveland dancers who all eventually fell out with each other, reality TV personalities, and street politics. While the courtroom is ultimately going to be the one that decides the fate of this case, the people have already picked sides. Now, the question is, are we looking at a rapper that's innocent and trying to clear his name, or are we looking at a female that's telling the truth while the internet turns her pain into gossip?